later.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Loud Spot. I'm your host, Sebastian, right out of Oklahoma City. I got my co-host, Weird Wolf, Ava Gore, joining us tonight, all the way from Austin. And then we are hanging out with Isaiah Radkey from the band Radkey out of St. Joseph, Missouri. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
What's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing good.
So let's get this right. So it's you and your two brothers that have a band that started like what 2010-ish, something around there.
Yeah, something around there.
And so you're 26 years old. So you were 16. So are you like the middle child?
Mm-hmm.
They always put them. See, you know
I'm
how I knew
also
that.
26 and the middle child. So.
Oh wow.
Nice.
I had a feeling for some reason that it'd be the middle sibling that was going to be on the show. I just had a feeling you look like the middle child. You know, whatever that means. I'm the middle child too, you know, so it's a good thing. We're all middle.
Perfect.
Here. So what made the three of you decide you wanted to get into music? Was your dad into music, or your mom, or how'd that all work?
Well, our dad was really into music, and we come from a family that had a lot of music and instruments and stuff. And what's crazy is our dad brought home this movie, School of Rock, which was crazy, that Jack Black movie.
Yeah.
And the soundtrack, as kids, we're like, oh man, this is crazy. And dad had all the music pretty much from it. So that was a really, really kind of the beginning of us really digging into music and wanting to be musicians. Was whatever year that came out was what the kind of the seed.
Was there like one brother in particular that was kind of pushing more for the music, or was it like who brought it up first?
I would say that D, who's our guitarist, our older brother, he was much more into music once everything died down a little bit after some time having the band or having the instruments and stuff. And D kept it rolling. And once he ended up going out and filling in for a cover band, we kind of figured, oh wow, because we're homeschooled, we could get out and do some stuff and do something in public. And we're like, oh man, cool. So we started a band, and then we all practiced our instruments and went from there.
And your dad's your band manager, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so did he, when you guys first started playing, was he already always going to kind of have that role as your band manager from the very beginning?
Well, it just kind of went really naturally because he was the one able to hook us up with, finding people and promoters and getting us on shows, and we just rolled with that and never really stopped doing that.
Is your dad your number one fan?
Pretty much, I would say, yeah.
Awesome.
He probably stops you guys. Does he ever have to still follow you guys on tour? Like, hey, shut up, stop that, quit fighting, quit arguing. As adults now, does he still do that with you guys?
No, and then we as homeschooled brothers were pretty close, so we've had a pretty smooth experience on the road and stuff.
That's cool. So thank God. So you guys. So I guess being raised homeschooled definitely helped you guys being able to get out there, play some shows, tour a little bit. How old were you when you first started touring?
When we first started touring, I had to have been 17 or 18 or something. We had been playing local shows for a little while before the touring started.
Okay. And you guys just got off tour with the Foo Fighters.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
That's awesome.
How did that whole thing even go down? How did you guys get it? I know you guys have a pretty decent sized following. You have a name for yourselves. How did that come to fruition?
Well, we played 2 shows with a band called L7, that band L7, and Jennifer Finch was really digging the band and stuff, and when they were doing that movie What Drives Us, we got a phone call, and it was Jennifer about a press contact, and we were like, oh, okay, cool, it's Dave Grohl's people. And they were looking for a band that's on the road, that's in a van, and kind of doing things on their own, and we were going to be the band in the van for that movie. And we were like, oh wow, that's crazy, this is pretty huge for us. We've always wanted to be involved with the Foo Fighters and make some kind of stamp on rock history, and and to show that it can still kind of be done was really cool. And basically, we really hit it off after the filming, and then we're just like, let's play some shows. And after that, we booked some shows and pretty much just went from there.
Did you know that you were on the Foo Fighters radar at all before they contacted you? No clue anyone of them even knew who you guys were, huh?
No. We were just in a McDonald's having breakfast again for like, every single day on the tour, and all of a sudden we get that phone call and we're like, oh wow. Oh my God, wow.
That must have been such like an amazing feeling.
It was a great feeling because, things on the road start to get really, really crazy.
Yeah, they probably get what's the word? Monotonous, I guess. Kind of the same. You get in a routine on the show. You go to a show, you play the show, you pack up, you hit the road, you wake up, get breakfast, and get ready for the show again, right?
Totally.
Especially with your dad, though, you can't get crazy. You guys, does your dad go on tour with you guys also? Like,
he does.
There?
Okay. He does.
I was gonna say, unless you're the type of band that likes to party and is always late. I've heard so many stories about bands like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we don't have any problems though. We've gotten pretty crazy over the years. I can say that.
Crazy story you have, go.
I think it's not really the craziest from like things that we've done, but I know that one time we had really crazy food poisoning when we were playing Toronto, and we were like all like puking and shit at the border. So that was pretty bad. But other than that, like just your average kind of like drinking and stuff, and like after show, like trying to get into the hotel kind of stuff. Like it's not too big of a deal.
Trying to get laid.
Yeah,
Hey, his dad's gonna be watching this, all right? You calm down.
Sorry.
You calm down over there. Okay, so a term I never heard before, but I knew what it was. We talked about a little bit was Afro punk, and you guys had played at was it like an Afro punk festival?
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and explain what that is exactly.
It's pretty much just alternative like culture festival kind of thing. There's like skateboarding, black like rock artists and stuff like that, which is kind of a different thing in this day. Like not so it's a kind of like a gathering of stuff like that. Like if there's going to be a band like Radkey, they'll probably be booked on that festival.
Yeah, I don't know. Is there like a big following for that? This is the first time I've really heard that term, and it's kind of probably a really neat celebration of coming together, playing music, celebrating almost like a, you would assume most people would associate like a black festival with like hip hop, but being able to play like alternative music and some punk rock and maybe even I don't know elements of hard rock there also. It probably feels kind of neat. It's very probably a unique experience that bands that are in there really enjoy.
Yeah, it's totally unique. Like I mean, it's a different audience than even we're used to playing to. So it's a ride. It's totally an interesting experience. Yeah, because like everyone's like getting a little taste of something different when they're going there.
Yeah, play all kinds of different neat different styles of alternative music. And you guys have also a unique, I don't know, Ava, if you were able to hear some of their music earlier, but they got a really kind of a neat alternative sound. You guys definitely look like hipsters. I would classify you as hipsters. All you need is the mustache, man, and you are good to go.
Yeah, mustache. I only have fairly recently not had a real thick mustache. Kind of funny.
Oh, really? You shaved it off, huh? Just for the show?
Yeah.
Okay. Another cool accomplishment is you guys were played on Adult Swim.
Yeah, that was huge for us. Like, even just as kids watching Adult Swim back in the day, like getting something on there, and then all those little sound effects in the video they added, which was really cool. Like,
what cartoon was that? Which one was it for?
It was for the show Off the Air Off Air, and it's just a bunch of crazy stuff, art, animation, and music videos and stuff. And yeah, it was crazy. Our video Glory got on there, and we were stoked because it was like the perfect video for that show. And then like, we've always loved being up like on the road. That show will be on. You get to the hotel so late, so it was really cool.
Yeah, man. What did your dad hear? Kay Tyler says that Green Room album is straight fire.
Thank you.
So is that your latest album, the Green Room album?
It is.
Okay, well, we're gonna talk about that after you play your song. But I do want to ask. I know your father's not here watching this, but does he have background in managing musicians, or did he just took you guys under his wing and said I could figure it out?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we all just took a huge step into like the unknown together, and we believed that if we take a huge step, and it could be really bad, but it could be the most amazing thing in the world. Like you got to just jump out there and see what happens, and we all took that together, and here we are.
Well, if you don't take that step, you're never going to know. And people are so scared to make big moves, but if you don't do it, you're always going to wonder, what if I would have done this, or what I had if we try to book this or that. And sometimes it's all about just reaching out to people, and people tend to be nice, especially if you guys got great music. Good music videos, great performance. You can see from your music videos, a lot of them look like they're almost like recorded with like some live shows with it as well. And so you can tell your stage presence. So, I mean, I would show that off to everybody also. I'd be like, look what I can do. Get my band booked for you guys' deal. Okay, so your song, Two-Face, do you guys collaborate with the lyrics, or is it your brother that guitar is he also the singer?
He sings and plays guitar. I generally write all the lyrics, and yeah, I mean sometimes like there will be a line that someone will come up with, and we'll throw that in, or a song will be written around like a line. But generally, I'll write the lyrics, and Dee'll do the melodies, or like sometimes it's different, but generally Dee's guitar melody, I'll do lyrics, and yeah.
It's probably easy to collaborate when you're brothers, and being homeschooled, all living together probably makes you guys closer as a family. Now you guys get to tour the world together. And I do want to talk about some of your world tours as well. But let's check out the song Two-Face. This video, I think, came out 11 months ago, maybe almost a year ago, right around there. And then we'll get into your newer album. All right, let's check this out. Here we go.
They're on to me, they block the door. intense. Like,
Go ahead. I know you got something to say before I do.
Yes.
I don't know, man. That was just a fun time recording that song.
Yeah, I'm sure. And we are gonna get into that song, but quickly, I just wanted to ask if you guys like naturally picked your personal instruments, or was it something like planned out, or
Yeah, it was a natural thing. Like, well, D he started off on drums, and I wanted to play the guitar. And after D got kind of tired of playing drums, like he did drum lessons, and he wasn't super into that. He ended up switching to guitar, and then, well, I had gotten lazy on guitar. Saul and I started drums and bass when the band started. And I had wanted to play bass before, but I was kind of lazy back when I was a kid, so I could never really stick to anything until the band really started. And then we really kicked into practicing and stuff.
That's awesome, man. Well, Kay Tyler says definitely one of my favorite bands. He also says Fire.
Thank you.
And Sharon called it a flower power punk.
Perfect.
And she also put Ramon too. I didn't really get the Ramones vibe as much off that, but I guess I can. Yeah, I don't either, but I guess I can kind of see I guess I could tell a slight resemblance. Not really, but for the sake of the podcast, I'll agree.
you guys are really, really good.
Yeah, super good. Okay, so your album, The Green Room, when did that drop?
Man, that dropped. We're close to a year now. I'm not exactly sure when it dropped, but it was during the pandemic though. Like
okay,
in the middle.
Okay, and this song was on that album?
Yes.
Okay, how many songs were on that album?
I want to say it's like 12 songs, probably something like that.
Okay.
And what is this song in particular about?
This song was about like pretty much like being involved with the very first label we were on, and we were pretty young at the time, so like every A&R person, everyone we're involved with, we just thought we were just such good friends with everyone. Like everyone was so cool. And once things kind of start to get a little slow, you start to figure out that things can flip really fast. And then, you were real naive. And then it's just kind of crazy. I feel we all kind of felt that during those initial first few years of the band, you really kind of can get your soul kind of sucked out of you. Like I feel like a hollow version of what I used to be after going through a lot of what the music business has been. And things have been sweet now, but like it's almost like it's too late. You know what I mean? Like part of you's already been sucked away. And that song is kind of about some of that.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, by the way, that you just naturally speak, you can tell that you are the lyricist.
Yeah. Crap, I forgot what I was going to say now. Oh, yeah, I remember. I remember. Being homeschooled and going on like these world tours, because you guys have done Europe, I almost said California, but America tours. Was that because you were homeschooled and raised in like kind of a Christian household, family, did that open your eyes up to like a whole lot of different kind of culture shocks, seeing what's out there?
Yeah, because we, being from St. Joe, like a Christian family, it was an extremely sheltered situation. So once we kind of grew up and like discovered some things and then started the band and like got out there, like it was crazy seeing the world and like experiencing a bunch of people and meeting different types of people and really getting your finger like on the pulse of like everything that's going on, and that feels great. It feels good to see everything. Feels good to take a trip around the country often, see what's up.
Besides getting sick from eating Canadian food, what was your other favorite place to eat at country? Like as far as touring goes, is there a country that stands out in your mind as, man, this is like super cool? Never thought I would have tried this, or had you not been touring?
It was blood pudding, I think it's called, in England. And it's literally blood and like cheese.
Oh, is it good?
What's it called? I know it's not. Maybe it's not. It was good. Yeah, it was good, but it tastes like blood.
Yeah, I'm
Would
pretty
you
sure it's
go
called something
ahead?
like that. At
Yeah,
least I don't know.
yeah, it's called something. Yeah,
English people are weird.
yeah, yeah.
Hey, well, you would say that.
I'm from there, so
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I'm
You would
pretty
say
weird.
that. Are you someone who would just try anything, like put it on the table, like people with those like little worm thingies? Or, like, would you just eat whatever if you were somewhere and you would try it?
If the person had some enthusiasm on their face when I'm handed to it, I probably would have to do it.
Right. Do it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If it's like super awesome gesture, I'm gonna try it.
Have you ever been starstruck, man, by anyone? Because you guys have played not only the Foo Fighters, but you guys have also played with Jack White, and I mean, just a plethora of like the Offspring, right? Also,
Yeah, Rachel Ray, that was a starstruck moment.
were you guys on her show?
She throws a South by Southwest like music festival thing, like with
Okay.
like Weezer was there. It was crazy. So that was something. And then like Dave Grohl, obviously Jack White, yeah, totally. And then like that's I mean, we've got some people to meet still, but those are some big ones for us. Like that's uh something like luckily people like Jack White and Dave Grohl, like once you're in the situation, you're just hanging out with super chill person. Like it's not like this big thing, in the
Mhm.
moment. It's just like leading up to and after where you're like, oh my God, holy crap. But like they're really great at not making you feel like super pressured or weird, which, you probably learn that skill at some point.
Ava, go ahead with your question. Then we got an audience question after that.
Okay, question about Jack White. I don't know if you will know this, but there was one festival that I was at, and right before he went on stage, he like had to like scream really loudly, and I was just wondering if he does that before every single show.
No, you got a special treat that show. I feel.
No, yeah, he like it scared the shit out of me because I
That's
wasn't
crazy.
even looking at him, and he just like before he got in his little van to drive over the stage, he's like, "Wah!" And then
Wow, that's amazing.
Maybe he was excited. He might have been excited.
yeah.
Checking those vocals out. Okay, audience question from K. Tyler. He would like to ask you, who are your guys' influences, musically speaking, if you have any music influences?
The biggest ones would be Nirvana, Weezer, the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, and probably Cheap Trick.
Wow.
Nice.
Okay. Would you say
I
your
have a
other?
Beatles tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's from the Yellow Submarine movie, but
Oh, really? That's awesome.
it's the
Is
glove.
that what that is? I always wondered what that was. I never asked.
Yeah, it's the glove.
I never asked. So, playing all these bands, I guess I already asked if you ever been starstruck, but have you ever been nervous to talk to anybody? Like, or is there anybody that kind of like didn't want to talk to you? Or is everyone that you play with kind of cool and wants to say what's up?
Yeah, I mean, we played with Jane's Addiction. Dave Navarro said hi. That was great. Like, and
Nice.
I only tried to meet someone one time when I was younger, and I never tried again. And that was at Riot Fest. And Blondie was playing, and I wanted to go up and say, "Hey, good luck" to Debbie Harry, and then like security like rushed and like got me out so fast, and like that was pretty much the ultimate nightmare. So I've never tried again after that.
Like, do you know who I am? I'm in
I
Radkey.
did show my wristband. I was like, I'm at least a musician. Like,
Right. So, do you guys have any new albums coming out anytime soon? Or are you still just kind of touring with the Green Room album?
we are working on new music now, and we're gonna have a new album early next year. Definitely. Like we've got a lot of the songs ready to go, and we're gonna have a single out pretty soon, and another one following that. And oh yeah.
That's exciting. And any new tours lined up after? When did you guys get back from the Foo Fighters tour?
We got back. Oh man, I'm actually pretty blank on that. It was at least like a couple months ago because then we went on
Okay.
the tour right after that, and that's the one we had just got off of. So it was a couple months ago. Yeah,
Feels good to be home, huh?
it really does. Yeah, we got cats. It's something we really.
I love cats. Nice.
Yeah.
So you guys is kind of taking a break from touring right now before you go back and hit the road?
Yeah, we've got a small span of time to be working on recording the music, and then we've got, we're going to play a few shows around Missouri and like maybe Omaha and stuff like that.
Okay. Some kind of localer venues for now.
Totally.
And do you know the name of your next, if you can say it, maybe you can, I don't know. Do you have the name of your next single or song that you're going to release that you're going to push?
Well, it's right now it's called Circles, but it might change. Sometimes we just call it the most simple name, almost like a joke, but then it stays that for so long to where you've called it that so much that there is no other name. So if it's another title, okay, but the word Circles is used a lot, so you'll really know.
Okay. Do you have songs that you've renamed that when you guys are on stage, you still refer to it as the old song name, even though it's a new song or it has a new name now?
No, not yet, but we're on the track. We're on the track to have that situation.
Because we used to calling it something, then you went calling it someone else. Sometimes you still. Yeah. We had a song. I forgot what it was called, but the nickname was Dirty in Spanish because the guys kind of sang in Spanish, and we'd be like, let's play Dirty in Spanish. But I think at the time we released it, it was called something different. Anyways, enough about me. No one cares about that. Okay. Let's talk about your merchandise and your website. If you have those.
Totally. Our website's radkey.net. And yeah, we've got hoodies and like koozies and like t-shirts and all kinds of stuff.
Awesome. And the name of your website?
It's radkey.net.
Did he say it?
Yeah.
Sorry, Sam had commented something. I was trying to figure out what he was saying. It called working titles. I don't know what that means. So I was like, I was trying to listen, but I was also reading the comments. That's what happens when I have to read the comments and talk to you at the same time.
Multitask.
Yeah, I had that same thing. I was trying to win an eBay auction and play Halo at the same time this morning.
I think I was better at multitasking when I was younger, and the older I get, the harder it is for me to do it. I don't know. I guess that's all. I do have one last question. I'm just kind of curious. Do you and your brothers, because I know you guys have switched some instruments from when you started, and do you guys ever switch instruments on stage?
No, not yet. It would be cool to do that someday, though. But right now, none of us have like D can switch to them, but I would look pretty stupid trying.
And last thing is Sam right here says, you're an idiot. He's talking to me, although he spelled you're wrong because it's
you
R-E. That's right. So who's the idiot now? Okay. All right, man. Well, dude, Isaiah, thank you so much for coming on, sharing your stories with us. Seems like you guys are doing some fantastic things, touring with some awesome bands, which is not going to stop anytime soon. Great style. Ava, you got anything else before we let this young gentleman go?
It's not really a question. I was just going to say that you have some fantastic eyebrows. Those are so good.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, well, what are my eyebrows, crap?
Yes.
All right. Hey, Isaiah, don't go anywhere. Stay right there till after the outro song plays. I do want to thank everyone who listens to The Loud Spot. Go to www.theloudspot.net. You can support us on Patreon, patreon.com/The Loud Spot. Also, subscribe to our YouTube, Apple, Spotify. Wherever you listen to your podcast, we're on there. Check it out. Peace out, rock on, and much love. And I forgot to find the outro song. Here it is. All right.
This is The Loud Spot outro by nothing short of tragic. Is this all talk with no action? No. Is this my thoughts with distraction? No. Is this what I bought that's in fashion? Or is this The Loud Spot with Sebastian? Yes. Does nothing short of tragic have us back again? Yes. Does everything that's good really have to end? Yes. A pimp host has a pimp show, so to get more episodes, make an order, this is over.
Thanks for watching our video. Don't forget to click the like and share button.
Don't forget to go to our YouTube and subscribe.
If you want to listen to our audio and pick up some cool merch, go to www.theloudspot.net. Peace out, rock on, much love.